Hi, creative writers. We're already in week 7, which is very exciting. Make sure that you bring me your journal and that you turn in any missing work. It's all still open for you. It's an elective, so I try to be a little bit lenient and give you a chance to catch up on your other classes, but make sure you stay up with this one so you get these 5 credits. So this week is one of my favorite activities. It's called the Story Machine. It's kind of like a game, but it's also a writing technique to get you to write outside the box, off of your usual comfort zone, to think differently and make combinations or connections that you wouldn't normally make. So what you're going to do is get some 3x5 cards. If you don't have 3x5 cards at home, just cut some papers. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter exactly what size they are. It just matters that you have slips of paper to write your idea. And you're going to write down 5 ideas that are a certain person. And in the introduction, it tells you like a fashion model, a truck driver, a dentist. So you're going to write that on the card, that occupation on the card. Then you're going to take a little stack of 5 more cards. You can do more than 5 if you want. It's a lot of fun to do more. It gives you a little bank of ideas to use for the future too. So on this one, you're going to write down an action. So something like so closed his sweater sleeves, pick loose the tennis racket strings, set free the parakeet, activities like that. And it cautions you in the introduction not to be too boring, like went to school, or too extravagant, like drove his truck into the McDonald's and set the place on fire. I mean, that's pretty out there. We want to be more real life, something that you could imagine actually could happen. But the combination is what makes it so interesting. So try to find the middle ground there when you write your cards. Then you're going to shuffle each deck, not together, each deck separately, and then pull 1 card from each deck. And so you don't know what you're getting, so you're going to make this new connection based on the 2 cards you pulled. So I just got the fashion model pulled loose the tennis racket strings. Kind of weird. Why would this fashion model pull loose the tennis strings? And that's the point of the assignment. I'm not going to start by saying one day the fashion model pulled loose the tennis strings. I'm going to write the story, and by the end it makes sense that that's why she pulled loose the tennis racket strings. So just start writing. Start writing about this tennis racket that maybe is owned by a tennis star who dates a model. Something happens between them that makes her end up pulling loose the strings. Maybe she needs the strings for something. But by the end of the story, she's pulling loose those tennis strings, and you think, oh, that's why the fashion model pulled loose the tennis strings. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. As you shuffle your 2 decks and you come up with these combinations, try to make yourself write the first one that you pull. But if you really can't do it, you're not coming up with anything, just go through the decks again, come up with another combination until you have a story that you feel like you can write. It's good to push yourself and try to write the first one that you come up with, but if you just can't do it, then second idea is okay too. Add cards to this decks, like I said, and then these might be something that you actually keep and use in the future to motivate yourself to write, to practice writing, because it's good to just write all the time, and this is a good exercise to get you to do that. So in the response here, what I'd like you to put is what you think would be the purpose of an activity like this. Why might a writer keep stacks of cards like this around, and why might a writer use this type of exercise with a stack of occupations and a stack of activities that this occupation might happen to do for some strange reason. And tell me why you think that would be a good idea in the response down there. Okay? And I look forward to seeing you with your journals later in the week. Okay, bye-bye.